class with me, Dyslexic Gamer, as we carry on our Warhammer Fantasy game, episode 11. We're getting quite far into this. You guys should be getting some serious improvements behind you. As we
what
go,
he's saying is we're gonna die soon.
maybe.
Yeah.
We will dive straight back into combat where we were last time. Just a reminder that at the moment, Boris is on the floor. He is clutching his broken leg, and it is a nasty snap. The bone has not penetrated the skin, but it is definitely lying at a very odd angle, and he's currently whimpering away. So, Lysiara, it is your turn.
I don't remember what I was supposed to do, so I'm just gonna cast a spell on him. Actually, is this guy dead yet? I don't remember. It was close to death, but...
No, he is not dead yet. I would have to have a look at his number. Let me have a look here. Number 44. Yeah, he's not doing well. He's not doing well. He is up, but you can definitely see there is blood congealed around his mouth, and cuts and slashes have stained his clothes red. Well, he's wearing black clothes, so you wouldn't really see the crimson.
Oh. And I'm just gonna do the basic then. I'm gonna channel. And I'm gonna cast. Again this. Remember that I'm doing something. Technically my flame should be slightly
I'm
off.
curious, why do you roll D10 whenever you channel?
Don't worry about it.
It's something that will get resolved at the end of combat.
Okay.
With a mighty blow, you fire a
headshot.
firebolt, and as the first one impacts with your target, you see his head. Well, actually, I think he is on an... Let me do some mathematications, but you may have just wiped him out. Hang on.
I have to just look at something. Just give me 1 second.
So 5 off
No.
5, 6,
Headshot.
7, 7. He
I
only
mean,
has...
with the way things are
so
going,
minus
we're getting onto
5.
the meme, the boom headshot, where it's just a guy screaming.
Ignore that blood loss. I rolled on the wrong thing. Where is it? Oh, maybe it is under weapons. Yeah, it is.
Critical. Just burned a guy's eye off.
As your first fireball hits, it smashes straight into his eye socket. As you hear this, he screams as he collapses to the floor, just in a heap, twitching. You have your second bolt ready to go, if you'd like to pick another target.
I'm gonna pick this guy who was already hurt, I believe. Actually, is he downed? I don't remember.
Nope, he is in combat with Azurath.
Okay, then I'm gonna pick
Or
him
Azeroth.
because my first task was to say no. This guy's still here.
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna
yeah,
attack
that
this
guy is still... He's over Boris. Technically, he's still in combat, but that doesn't make a difference for magic, does it?
Magic? Not at
No,
all.
finger wiggle is gonna ignore it.
So he takes another 12 to the... Oh no, sorry, 10 to the head. And I need to check who he is. "46... 40. He's a footman. 40. So as your firebolt hits into the back of his head, it hits his helmet, and you just see a burning red patch in the back of his helmet as he screams, and you can get this. Well, you're a bit too far, but Azurif, you can smell burning hair. So let me see, what was that? So let's put 5 on there, and just be happy with that. Sorry, I have to just make sure I remember things. So he's helpless, so we shall give him let's give him the sign with the arrows in to describe that he is helpless. On his turn, he has a 20% chance of dying. Okay, fair enough. So Lisiara, that is your turn. Boris, seeing what is going on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, actually. Let me have a look at this. Sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself. So we have.
While you're doing the looking, can I do the rules reminder? You know, the one I posted in chat, but I don't know if the guys remembered.
Oh, you mean about multiple attacks?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
It's just that, at the very least, Jay, and if you put an advance into it using if you can go with a full action instead of aiming and do up to your attacks in attacks. And they each count as like a separate attack.
Yeah, I know, but thanks for reminding me.
Just it hasn't been used much. Yeah, that was the reminder.
As Lisiara fires the first spell, the first fireball that hits into the supposed leader, he does look slightly different to the rest of the group. You hear a voice ring out from several locations. They appear to come from the bodies. Betrayer! You left us. Why? How? Ghostly voices seem to appear from the dead bodies. But then after the firebolt has struck the second targets, they're gone. On Boris's turn, he holds a half action.
To be clear, only she heard that, right?
Nope, you all heard that.
Oh. Well,
Okay. In that case, Azurif is like... What the hell?
That was just to make sure, that was a 55, right? There wasn't another plus added on.
It was 55.
That's some wizard stuff right there.
On doubles, rolls doubles.
The guard who is against Azurif, I'm actually...
Not a guard, he's an
they
ambush.
probably wouldn't care. Let me make sure he is actually a footman. And I believe this footman, yes, he does have a sign, meaning he doesn't have his his sword. I believe he dropped it. Well, his club.
Yeah, he threw it.
Yeah, he decided he didn't want it anymore. So I believe these guys get a plus 20 now. 10 for aiming and 10 for ganging up. So Azurif, would you like to parry?
Of course, my good sir. Oh, damn.
Would you like to fortune that?
No.
Very well. Then, here's... Oh, I made the pages look...
Right leg, right?
Yes,
Three
you take
pummeling
a-
right leg. He does no damage.
He swings in with his knuckle dusters and just ting hits your armor, or Well, it's chainmail, isn't it? So there's a
It's
rustle.
chainmail. It's chainmail with leather underneath. It's like. I just look down and like. What are you trying to do exactly?
Unfortunately, I don't have any chain to quickly. He looks quite shocked. The other guy who has just watched his leader, his boss man, go down. He's going to leave this area. Actually, I should probably measure to make sure where this all is. So, cool. He is going to run. Was that a run? Yes, that was a run. Down to here and prepare for the group who is now coming. Will he shout anything out? He won't. But you hear from the cliff top over in this direction. You hear a man shout out. Quickly! Get Jack out of here! We'll handle the rest. You two, get down there. But he is actually going to take a shot at the kids because he's an asshole. I remember him from last time. So, where is... Oh no, his character sheet's gone to the bottom. You blackguard. So he draws his bow as... So he reloads his bow, half action, and he fires. He cannot aim. So yeah, he won't get the bonuses. And he hits one of the children.
Motherfucker.
Boris is not going to like this. For 7 damage, you hear a child scream out. But soon the screaming stops. No,
Boris
Bandit, don't
needs
come
to
here.
quickly swear an allegiance to Korn and get a power boost.
Why Korn? He's a mage. Siege.
No, Korn, because Korn cares not from hands that blow to flows, only that it does.
But would Korn also like the bandits for spilling innocent blood?
I think they're just assholes.
Korn has no problem with them being assholes.
Yeah.
Where? No, it is.
He does have a problem with him being sneaky and cowardly, though.
Okay, who was the guy that shot the kid? Which of the two
The
idiots was that?
bandit up at the top, the one who looks like he on his token looks like he should be from Arabic. He's in like
Yeah,
that.
but which of the two?
This guy.
Oh, that one. Oh, wait. Okay, that's weird because he has shields and sword out. Sorry.
Yeah, he does have a bow, and he's actually got good
Okay.
shooting skills. It's just yeah. So
I thought
these
this
two-
guy's still not dead. I thought I had blown off.
No,
You've
no,
knocked
no,
him down.
He's considered helpless, and every turn he's gonna have to roll to see if he dies, and he's got quite a high chance of dying as well. So
I thought it was only a 20% chance.
yeah, 20%. It's
Oh yeah,
normally,
it's 1 in 5.
It's normally 10. So yeah,
I'll make sure. I'll make sure he does not escape alive. But
Miss Wilhelma, it is your turn.
Well, I believe I have one and one thing only to do.
Also
That's my
prepare for angry screaming. Just letting you know.
Please
And I miss.
now.
Eardrums won't take it.
No, please, be reasonable.
34.
Lower my
okay,
volume for
full
the next bit
action.
then.
So he reloads. Billy Bob, it's your turn. Billy Bob.
Why are you never paying attention?
Anime waifus.
We can watch those afterwards. You can hold your masturbation until that time. I believe in you.
You should be able to multitask like I do. You guys have never noticed.
Or the guy who was on meth.
I'm gonna get rid of that negative and then, you know.
What, are you the guy who was on meth?
Maybe.
Sorry, did you full move?
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't run.
Didn't I? Wait. Running 16, innit?
16, what? My run's only 50. If you've got move 4, it should be 12.
Oh yeah, I ran that.
So, it is the brigand's turn. I can't remember where he is. There he is. So, he attacks Azurath with his club. And he misses 1 more % and I would have had his weapon go flying. Not quite a critical. Ms. Gabrielle, it is your turn.
I put my bow away and draw my shield. I then run for here.
Sure. Azurath, it is your turn.
I am going to ignore these two bastards, just walk on the right past them, and try to make my way up to the hill to deal with the bow who just shot the kid.
Remember attacks opportunity in this system.
Yeah, you would get 2 attacks from the 2
I do
people.
not care.
Okay, I will do them now.
Can I also barge past those dudes up top there or not?
So the guy with knuckle dusters misses. The guy with his club hits.
Okay, no, I'm asking if the dudes with the crossbows, if I can charge past them too.
Yes, they only have crossbows, so they can't actually attack you. Like, they can't do a reaction drop attack.
Okay.
And,
I can't parry while I'm doing this, I'm pretty sure, so...
so you take... Wow,
That does not damage me.
My damage rolls are pathetic, and you're very lucky. So as you run through, the club comes round and just... ting! Is ricocheted off by your shield, which you had behind you as you tried to dart away.
And here comes a shouting bit. You bastard! By Cain, I will rip your head off and mount it on a bloody pike and hit your fucking friends with it!
Lysiar, please make me a perception test with your bonuses, because this is hearing. I mean, technically you should also have another +10, because you're the only person who would know who Cain could possibly be.
Who Cain is? I know for sure who Cain is. That's common elven lore.
Kelemet Cain is the elven god of war. So
He is the elven god of war. Most dark elves worship him. Most regular elves think he is a necessary evil. So
warriors of the high elves still technically pray to Cain, just they don't pray the same way that the dark elves would.
yeah.
Do they still
So-
shout out and call battle
Not
cries
really,
for...
no.
No, this is just because I saw him just murder a kid.
So should I still roll to for
Yes,
hearing this?
still roll, because, you know, you might
Wow.
end up talking about it, you know, just being like, why was...
And
but you
he
can't
has
quite hear
shouted
it.
this
It
several
echoes.
times already.
It echoes a little bit too much, the reverberation and the noise of combat, and you just watch someone's head almost explode with fire. So,
I'm currently too entertained by the fact that I almost blew a head off.
you also did hear the ghostly voices, which probably weren't too good for you.
Also, this dude is now watching a severely armored elf running towards him.
Nah, just a tall, beardless dwarf.
The voices are fine. That doesn't worry me.
So he survives for one more round. I know it's 20%, but you can't actually modify it as far as I can tell. But I know it's 20%. But he can't actually do anything, so...
Also, it shows the target number 20%. Bottom 20 values. 100 to 80 is 20%.
No. So if he gets a 20, then it's he gets the lower, because that's how it's done in this. That's why it says blood loss. The target is 10.
No, he
No,
rolled 10.
no. Target is 80. So if it's above 80, he dies.
Oh
If he
shit!
fails,
Did it do? Oh, I didn't. I thought it did the other way.
it's the
Okay.
other way around.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll go with the. Then that means that the target's always 20%.
No, it's still 20%. It's still 20% chance of you dying. It's just that from 80 to 100, it's still 20.
It's pretty much always 20% chance of dying at that point. I just looked at the arm, 20% chance. Same with the leg.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, bleeding is hardcore.
Miss Lyciara, it is your turn.
I will. This time, channel. I will cast again. But this time, I will not be using that thinking because you know. So those would be this guy. And should I kill him? Nah, this guy is incapable right now, so I'm gonna think about keeping my allies alive first.
So you want to go with the guy who's currently got a marker on his token, and which other guy? Oh, sorry, actually, let's make sure. So 11 first. So let me double check who he is. Okay. And just to double check, are you going from bottom to top or from top to bottom?
It doesn't really matter. Unless one of them looks more injured than the other, then I would cast the first one at the injured and the second at the not injured. Or the other way around, actually. Sorry.
Okay. So -5, 6 damage gets through. 6. And then another 5 goes through. -5. So that's...
I need their bodies to hit the floor.
You fire one bolt. And it strikes him. And he almost turns around slightly and he looks at you and as the second bolt hits him, and he still stays on his feet, but he's wobbly and doesn't look too good. Oh, sorry. So Boris's held action should have went off after he left the area. The guardsman down here, the footman. He takes a potion bottle from out of his robes. On his turn now, he drinks said potion. And it is, I believe, it's a half action to ready an item and a half action to use it. So with a
I'm gonna
half
check
action,
quick, but I think you can do both.
he struggles to his feet. And you can see there is just absolute agony and anger in his eyes. That's his full turn. Well, basically that's a full action and a half spent on drinking a potion and getting up. So
I just found it, and I think you can actually use it with the ready action, because I can sheath my bow and pull my shield out in one action.
yeah, unfortunately, so
You can
ready's
cast-
only a free action if you've got a talent, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can only do the free action once per turn. It actually says you unsheath, you can put away an item already in hand. A character can also use this action to take a flask or other container and drink a draft.
Okay, he doesn't have that, but
It's half action, then still does the same thing.
so yeah, for his 1.5 actions, then that's actually about right. But you see him drink this potion, and although his leg is not being healed at all, the scrapes and bruises do begin to leave him.
Well, so long as he doesn't have blood loss anymore, he should be fine.
No, Boris didn't have blood loss because I had him. Basically, Boris is going to lose his leg. He's not saving the leg. He's going to lose his leg, and it's going to be quite nasty.
It
So
did burn a fade, so.
let me see. Now they've just heard that they need to get their boss out of here. However, there are reinforcements running towards them. So this guy. Oh, actually, let's make sure it is his turn. It's not his turn. It's this dude's turn down here. As he only has a hand weapon, he's only got his buckler and his knuckle dusters. He is going to half action move and half action. No, it'd probably be a full action to pick someone up, I should imagine. So he'll half action move. The other dude, however, this one down here, that's not actually. I think that says 8. Let me double check what they're. Okay. So he is going to charge to here, and there's his plus 20, so that's a. Let me just make sure I'm right with this. Charge is a plus 20 in this, isn't it? Same
Plus 10.
Is a plus 10.
Wait,
Okay.
give me a sec, I'll check. I think it's plus 10 though.
Yeah, we'll go over plus 10 for now.
I'll be right back.
Wouldn't you love if the
Yeah, just
rolls
plus 10.
across these systems were consistent?
So he hits you in the right arm as he
I parry.
charges in. Sure.
Minus 20 because it's not balanced. But it's defensive, which is good. And I fail.
Okay. And 8 damage goes through as his club impacts your leg. No, your right arm.
I take 4.
So, the guy up here who's just seen Azurath charge towards him. Let me have a look at his skills quickly. Just to see if he has the...
Does he have quick draw?
No, he doesn't. So he has to drop his bow.
Half action, he can sheath it and draw his weapon. He's actually a part of ready. You can put a weapon away and draw in this system.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Sure, so it stays with his body, I guess. He will put away his bow, and actually, it's more thematical. He throws his bow to the side as he draws his sword, his shield being on his back, and he moves forwards. He can't charge, but he can. And actually, as he moves forwards, not that far, he will say, "Fine, we'll add you to the army as well. Boys, round them up, quick." These guys don't really know what to do now because they've been given odd orders. So the top one is going to half action finish off reloading, and then he's going to wait, and the other one is going to come further down over to here. And that covers both of them. Miss Wilhelma, you're up.
Can I run like so and still be... I'm just gonna run like so. One tile back. Can I engage him next turn?
Yeah, you can engage him next turn.
Okay, my turn then.
This guy down here, let me just double check my sheet. So he had to do, so he half action reloads, and then he is going to wait to try and get the best bonus he can with his shots. Mr. Billy Bob, you are up.
Let me think who to shoot.
I'll tell you right now, the guy who's just trying to hit me, you'll get a penalty to hit him because he's in combat with me. Guy I'm drawing line to, you won't.
Okay. Guess I'll have a quick shot. Also, what's the ammo capacity on the bow?
You have to reload after every shot, but it's however many arrows you have. Check your inventory.
10, yeah. My bad.
And for every arrow we fire, we have to roll. I think it's like flipping a coin, effectively. See if we keep the arrow.
Or it's lost or destroyed. I mean, it depends. I'll probably give you a advantage in this area because it's an area that it's quite open. It's quite easy to find your arrows. Whereas in the woods, I might lower it a little bit. It depends. But unfortunately, Mr. Billy Bob can't quite take his target. Better luck next time. The guard over here, he can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So he full moves down to there to try and help his friend stop the crazy woman charging into battle. So, Miss Gabrielle.
I ready my throwing axe and I use it to chop.
And oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Then I wanted to click parry.
Damn.
Unfortunately, it is your attack's parried away. Azureth, you're up. Also, are you guys hearing the music, or is it just not?
It's coming through.
Yeah, I can hear music.
Admittedly, Roll20's making it come through slightly asymmetrically on my end, but it's only on my end. And it's only certain songs where I think the original recording was asymmetric.
It's just odd, I can hardly hear anything. But never mind. As long as you guys can hear it, then I'm sure that'll be fine.
It's a good background volume at the moment.
So yes, Azureth. Or is Azureth not back yet?
I am back,
Ah, cool.
and I am going to fucking charge this bow dude.
Wait, I thought you were going after their boss.
He's going against the other boss.
Which one is
Yeah.
the other boss?
Guy
It's
with
named
the
after the lieutenant, basically.
The asshole who shot a kid.
I mean, technically they all have been shooting at kids for some time now, so
They're gonna die anyway. This guy hit a kid.
he's the first one that actually was able to hit a kid, so...
He fails his parry.
Oh, is this guy dual wielding?
No, he has a sword in his hand. And I give everyone a parry.
Oh.
So with
That would be 13 damage.
Okay, so with 13, and that was to the body, you lunge forwards, charging at him, and he tries to bring his sword round, but just not in time as you impale him.
It's an axe. I don't impale. It's just I smash it down. It's just a.
You should impale. It's even more
38.
impressive than.
38.
Okay, if he
38.
dies from this, I will just fucking ram it through him and impale him.
38.
Azorif
13,
is sufficiently pissed
so
to do something like that.
He takes 8 damage.
Are you
And
sure
it's a
your next
mighty blow.
advance is not Berserker or something?
It's a mighty blow, but he's still standing. But as you remove your sword from the wound, you can
It's
see
an
that
axe.
it's a deep gash.
Could you please stop forgetting I'm wielding an axe now?
Yeah, I will attempt to keep that in mind.
You had to think of it like this. He's a brainwashed elf that thinks he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 2 of us have an axe at the moment. Axe bros.
Yeah.
He survives for one more round. Miss Lysiara, you're up.
Channeling. Wow.
Exactly,
I'm going,
Ben.
I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to be bold again.
Guessing it should have been one higher.
So 6 and 5, and I'm going to direct both of them at the same target. The one that is trying to save the boss.
Seven, so 11, 11, 12. So he needs to take -2.
Also,
So as your first bolt hits him, he screams and burns into flames. Well, there's a hole in him, a burnt hole, and he dies.
is there anybody behind me? No, there isn't.
No, I don't think so.
I already rolled a d100, and if anybody looks at me, my hairs are all standing up right now.
You are. I was gonna say you are the lightning rod, but no, you're using fire spells, so it doesn't work.
I'm the burning vengeance, basically.
So, Boris, standing up now, he's pretty fucking angry. He's really angry. You can't really charge and do a spell, can you?
You can.
No, technically a spell is a half action, but it doesn't, you don't
Depends on the spell.
Yeah,
charge.
it's not a symbol, it's not a... Yeah, I doubt it could be useful.
I
You get
mean,
bonus-
you can move, but you don't charge. You don't get bonus for charging. You get a bonus for casting a melee spell, however, because check. I think it's a +20 because the only thing you have to do is touch the person. Let me just check where it is.
They take. You should have to make a weapon skill test. They take a -20 to dodge or parry, because you literally have to brush your fingers on them. A glancing blow is enough to deliver it.
Yeah.
Boris is going to use his... He should definitely make a willpower check. Let's see if he can do anything at all. So willpower. He fails. He's angry. So he's going to use his quarterstaff to hobble And because he's on a diagonal, it's a pain in the ass. Let me move him square so I can. And that's his full move. He's got a broken leg. I need to cripple his movement massively.
Yeah.
I can find the movement for a peg leg.
No,
He
it'd be
doesn't have
worse
a
than a
peg
peg
leg yet.
leg. The agony
Yeah.
he's in right now would. Yeah, I've broken my arm and that was bad enough. Breaking your leg and then jiggling it about. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that dude is. He's dead. Cool. Remove him from the tracker. So, Miss.
Yeah, I have to raise my kick out.
I believe it is, yes, Miss Gabrielle.
Oh, is he attacking? This guy attacking me?
Yes, he's the one who's directly in. He's the one who attacked you last time.
Okay.
And he misses. The guy fighting Azurath, would he draw his shield? Nah, he's not going to let some pansy elf try and upstart. No, he's going to just go in with a.
Damn, it turns out mechanically using a shield to parry is terrible.
Well, no, you've got the defensive, plus you've got the -20 when being shot at.
Isn't it -10?
No, I believe it's -20.
I meant literally just for parrying, because it's not balanced, and it's -10.
He hits you, Azurath, in the right arm.
It might just be the type of shield you're using, Dylan.
But you parry it away.
Oh no, you don't.
So he's finished reloading. He can't really. I'm not going to allow him to see there. Now, technically, no one's engaged Miss Wilhelma, but he would take a minus. So.
In
He's going to
ironic, the
move down
combat
there.
is only fair.
No, so it's a minus to shoot at you because you ran.
Oh yeah, I was running the entire time. Gotta work on those cardio.
So this dude, he sees that Boris has stood up. He does have a crossbow. He probably would just shoot Boris point blank. I mean, yeah, he really would. I don't. If that was me if I was in that poor bugger's position, I'd be like, yeah, let's. I don't want this with finger wiggler. God damn it! I hate how that does that with your bloody character sheets. I don't want it there. There we go. So he's going to fire at Boris. You're a footpad, right? Yes, you are. So he can aim and shoot.
No.
Boris gets hit in the head.
Rip Boris.
Hey,
I
he might
think
well.
Boris's armor is still up because he casted it again. So, oh!
Boris. No.
So, 9, 8, 7. He went down to 0. He has 1 HP left.
The gods willed it so.
And he drank a good potion. And now he has 1 HP. Okay, well, Boris's little rampage is going to end very shortly. So yes, you all see this fucking footpad scruffy git just raise a crossbow and Boris. I can't have it hit him in the head and him stay up. Boris kind of moves to the side, but it catches onto his face and just puts a massive gash and slice down one side of his cheek. You can almost see bone. Miss Wilhelma, it is your turn.
Well, I'm gonna strike the guy right in front of me.
Sure. He is a foot.
Body hit.
This puts against
He
fellow
tries
player
to parry
characters.
and he misses. So please roll me your damage.
9.
46. 46. As you bring your club in, you can see that he coughs up a bit of blood, but it feels like his armor and his sheer toughness takes most of the impact. It is this guy down at the bottom. So, seeing that no one is helping the boss anymore, he's going to run over there. Well, actually, if he ran, he could actually get over there. So he will run. No, he won't. He'll full move. I think that brings him to there. Mr. Billy Bob, it is your turn.
They'll now
They're
take
all in
penalties shooting
combat.
both guys. However, it looks like the guy who just started full moving is just in one of your ranges. You shoot, I think, with a -20 to hit him.
-10 if I half aim, right?
Yeah, it's the same with shooting the guy who's in combat with me.
But you can't half aim this turn. You'd have to reload half action. You could move
So
forwards as a
-20.
half action, and then next turn you could do an aim. Are you gonna half move, or are you just gonna
Yeah.
reload?
I've done it. I've half moved and reloaded.
Okay. So it is the guard's turn. Guard, footpad. No, not footpad. Footman. It is his turn, and he is against Miss Wilhelma. So he will strike out with his club. Would you like to parry?
Sure.
Impact.
Thanks.
And you knock his attack away effortlessly.
Also, I've actually found it annoying that because I didn't realise shields don't actually have balance.
I don't know if this is correct. I'm still reading, Dylan, but I think that's only for attacking.
Oh, is it?
Probably. You don't. I mean, the shield is big. It's meant for you to defend every time. The booklet you can attack with it.
Yeah, I don't think you can attack
Oh,
with a
I shouldn't have been
shield.
hit earlier.
I don't
Yeah.
think you can attack with a shield. You can attack with a buckler though. I think. Let me check.
You can attack with a shield. It's strength bonus -2.
Minus
And then the
2.
shield would probably take a penalty for attacking. Because it's offensive.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the guy in front of me again.
Huh.
do think it's a toss-up though between me and Billy Bob and who's got the lowest weapon skill.
So there is a reason the buckler's a -4 to the strength. So he does have a chance to parry. I need to... He is a footman.
Yeah, its bonuses are like you can get the same effects if you hit someone with knuckle dusters, at slightly less damage, but you get a whole bunch of other stuff with it.
Unfortunately, he parries your blow to one side. Mr. Azurif, you are up.
I'm going to fucking murder this dude. Does the dude wish to parry?
He's going to try to, but hang on, I need to close his sheet and reopen it because Roll20 decided to do something really weird with it. So I couldn't even get to his parry button. There we go. Right, so parry. Oh, hang on, I nearly fucked up then. He's parrying with a sword. And he fails.
Does an 8 kill him?
8 damage. He is number 38. Number 38.
Does it?
So -5, 5, 6, 7, 8. -3. Unfortunately, your blow it hits into him as you chop down into his. Hang on, bullets, I didn't look where. As you chop down, aiming for his head, he kind of moves to the side ever so slightly. You see his ear go flying off as your axe chops into his shoulder, as onto his clavicle, but he just stays standing. He just stays standing. God, I can't believe that tied my tongue up a bit. So, this guy, does he bleed out? Let's have a look.
Please bleed out, please bleed out, please bleed out.
If he does bleed out, I'm gonna... Ooh!
He is dead.
What a lucky guy.
Oh yeah, I suppose, well...
It's 100 to 80%.
81 to 100.
Yeah. So that's 20 values.
Motherfucker. Fine, you get to live.
He's super lucky.
So, Mr. Ciara.
I'm gonna channel.
Also, is roll 20 not rolling dice for anybody else?
Wow.
Are you sure you hadn't ticked off the 3D
I got
dice
it.
accidentally?
I got it enabled. Just turn it back on again. I'm not getting 3D dice.
I don't use 3D dice, so I can't say for you.
It's nothing major. It's just I like hearing the dice rolls. They probably disabled it because it broke.
Okay.
Rip everybody.
If
I
I
mean,
can...
my 3D dice works.
Can I just barely see this guy by any chance?
Yeah, you can.
Then I'm gonna hit this guy. Because I don't want Boris to, in an angry fit, hobble off to a guy and get killed.
Also, you just kneecapped a guy with both hits.
Yeah, that's what I do.
36.
We need to give you the hatred talent.
36.
No, we don't.
Minus
But then it'd fit for you to kneecap everybody.
Not really. I'm a calm and rational person. Just a little bit, psychopathic.
As your first firebolt hits into him, he screams as his leg is just blown off and he falls to the floor and dies.
The second hit is not targeted at him then.
Who are you aiming your second hit at?
I don't think I can see the other guy right here because of the wall, so I'm gonna
No, I
target.
wouldn't allow that one, but you would be able to see the other guy at the bottom and these guys there.
I'm gonna target this guy.
As you fire the first bolt, you see the leg go flying off behind the man, rolling on its axis down until it hits the cliff face. You quickly turn with your second and fire it off, and again you see this man move forwards, and then the next thing, his leg's blown off and he collapses to the floor, screaming and dying.
Oh no, you don't. Ah, so nice.
As 2 enemies have been disposed of, Boris looks around. He's quite badly hurt, so I think that shot to the head is probably going to be enough to, like, bring him out of it. So he's going to hobble his ass down to the... Yeah, I think 1 square's fine. Hobble his ass down to where the carriage is and the kids.
So who was it who also had their leg blown off?
The 2, there was 1 at the top here, and 1 at the bottom here. Well, not that far down, but there.
Oh, that guy.
So, the one against you, Miss Gabrielle. No, we still have a footpad on the field, so I need his sheet for a little while longer. The footman is going to attack you with his club.
So I don't take the penalty for parrying.
No, if it should be all done in the roll itself.
Because I thought I took a penalty for parrying with my offhand. If I don't know, that's much nicer for me.
So he does hit.
No.
And as it comes in, you raise your shield and kind of get underneath it, and it is deflected away. The bandit against Mr. Azurov. Well, he called this challenge, so he's going to carry on with it. Well, he accepted the challenge. He didn't call for it. He does hit you, Azurov. Or does he?
I don't think I can parry against.
No, you parried already?
You can parry because it's just you and him who are in combat.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah, right.
And you parry it away. It only becomes complicated when there's multiple people against one person. This dude is... Well, he has just seen a lot of people get blown, like legs go flying off this way and that, so let's have him do a willpower check and see if he can actually stay in the fight. He succeeds, so he's going to stay. Seeing that his boss is technically still alive, he's gonna full move over to here. And next turn he may try and save him. Miss Gabrielle.
Damn it, I can't throw an X.
Sorry, not Miss Gabrielle. Miss Wilhelmer.
I'm gonna just keep wailing on the guy.
The footman.
Nope.
Unfortunately, your hit blow is a miss. Mr. Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, I've got you in my sights.
Yeah. Wait,
He's in
what
range.
have I done?
Yeah, you don't take a penalty for shooting at him.
Right then, plus 10 overall.
If you get a 12, you kill him outright.
That's not hard with a bow. He already starts with 3.
Gonna fortune that,
Sure.
because I'm very unfortunate. For some reason I've had a brain fart.
Just press up, press the modifiers back in.
And
Oh, you
with a
hit.
hit. Please roll me damage.
Ah, damn it.
With a 9. So close.
These guys keep getting into our sights and we keep killing them. It's so
Yes,
So
I'm
if it was
barely
a
able to
12
do my job.
If it was a 12, he'd be
I rolled
dead,
terrible
so
weapon skill, and then on top of that,
3.
I'm busy dealing with the consequences of not being able to do ranged, because everybody's in melee combat, or behind a tree.
So as your arrow hits him in the arm, you can see him squeal in pain. He stays standing. The one against Miss Wilhelma strikes out with his club again, trying to break the line, but unfortunately he misses. Much as you did. Miss Gabrielle, it's now your
Time for this guy to die.
Footman.
And I'm gonna check my fortune, and I thought. And I know.
Mr. Azurif, you are up.
Okay, time once more to try to chop this fucker's head off or something other that's brutal.
You have swift attack.
As you hit
And
him,
do I?
Damn.
I do.
Yeah.
attempts to... Hang on, let me make sure he attempts to parry. Unfortunately, he knocks the blow away.
Okay. Yeah.
You ain't
I
no
have
so you can't.
I have swift attack. I can actually do that, so I'm gonna do another attack.
You aim so you can't.
So swift, because you aimed, you can't. Swift attack is a
Okay, just
is a
always
full action.
counted. I did realize I had swift attacks, so sorry.
I've been mentioning it all session.
Sorry.
It's a full action, so you can't aim.
Okay, then next time I'm gonna do a fucking swift attack.
It's got some neat little rules. Like one of the things you can do with it is turn extra swift attacks into bonus parries. Can I parry each attack once? But you get bonus parries.
Miss Lyciara, it's your turn.
The guy's still alive and bleeding out. Jesus,
Yeah, somehow.
that guy's a champ. Okay, success. I'm going to first, if all goes well, kill the guy that is trying to save the boss. That's actually a success because I substituted one for the 4 and for the damage. That would be this guy first to finish him off, and then let's say this guy.
So that's 10 minus 5. Miss Gabrielle, you just see as you're fighting with this footman. You just see this ball of fire just impact with his chest, and he's and there's glowing metal where the strike hit him, but he still stays standing. Just. Boris's turn. Yeah. And I'll do something with that in a minute. The footpad, who was just hit by Miss Lyciara's magical spell, he is going to... Sorry, footman, not footpad. Attack Miss Gabrielle again. And he misses.
I've just got back. What's going on?
This dude down here just tried to attack you after Miss Lyciara shot a firebolt into his chest. But he missed his attack on you anyway. So, Azurif, the bandit fighting you, takes a swing. But unfortunately, he misses. He's dead. Miss Wilhelma, you're up.
Still whacking the guy with a club.
You hit him. Does he parry? Let's have a look. Footman. He fails his parry as your club strikes him in the gut. And a whopping 10 damage rolls through. This time, last time you could feel that his armour saved him, whereas this time you can definitely feel ribs crack. 46, so -5, he takes 5. As he begins to cough up blood. He's still standing, but you definitely think that one more hit like that and he's through. Mr. Billy Bob, it is your turn. Unfortunately, most of the people are on the floor or in combat.
I think I'll just do the -20.
Okay.
That's a hit.
The one time I hit, man. What the hell?
So which one are you shooting
headshot.
for? Which one are you aiming at?
Which one seems most lively? Or if there isn't a real difference, I'll just go for this guy. If I can't know.
One has broken ribs and the other one has a flaming hole in his chest, but he's still standing.
They actually look pretty similar. They look pretty similar. They both look rough.
I'll go for the filet mignon.
Okay, so you fire at the top one. With your hit to the head, please roll me damage.
And before he rolls the Ulrichs and then manages to hit again.
Unfortunately, you hit him and you can see the arrow has gone straight through his helmet and it just jingles on top of his head. His helmet moves, but he doesn't take any damage.
Wait, can I fake damage
no, you
or
can't
no?
fake damage, unfortunately.
Oh.
The guard against Miss Wilhelma. They've still got, their boss is still technically alive. They haven't heard him die yet, so, and their second in command is still very much alive. Yeah, the scum are gone, but who cares? He strikes you in the body. After you hit him in the gut, Miss Wilhelma, he seems to want to return the punishment. Will you be fortuning that?
Yes, I will be.
And you successfully bat his attack away. Miss Gabrielle. There's now an arrow sticking in the top of the helmet of the guy you're fighting.
He's gonna die. Yeah, I just looked it up and it turns out you can actually get an extra half action through fortune. So Billy Bob can aim if he spends fortune points. Anyway, let's roll my attack.
As you hit him, does he parry? He does, unfortunately. Mr.
But
Reserve. Oh, sorry, were you gonna...
I was just gonna say, I do literally a D10 damage. This guy just won't get hit. He's too good. Joking, by the way.
Mr. Zurif, it's your attack.
Okay, I've had enough of you. You're going down now.
As you go to hit his right arm, he attempts to parry with his sword. And fails. Please roll me damage. And fortunately,
That's a 10 damage.
Fortunately, your impact has quality on your
Yeah.
axe has done you proud there.
Clearly.
It's one more critical failure out of the way. Any case,
38.
10 damage. Do I lob his arm off?
38. He's got -5.
And if so, may I make it particularly gore-ridden?
By all means, drop that hammer.
Okay. Where my axe previously had hit his arm after I chopped off his ear, I go to strike this time deliberately, make sure my axe is stuck in his arm as I tear it off, and while it's still stuck in my axe, smack him down with it as he falls down dead from the shock.
And blood spurts everywhere. It's the last... Actually, good point. All the footpads are dead. Begone, character sheet. The bandit, who seems to be in charge, needs to roll and see if he survives. Come on, die. He survives.
That guy is a truly resilient dude.
But no reaction to my joke.
Sorry, I didn't hear your joke.
Oh no, I typed in chat. I guess he couldn't hack it. I mean, I was just expecting like a long sigh of suffering.
I have my mic
And
carefully muted for that.
1 second, roll 20 decided to freeze.
He passes. No matter what he rolls, he passes.
Come on. Chrome, don't do this to me.
That's your problem.
No, Dylan, that's not my Ooh, that's a 10. That's a lovely, lovely
Like I
number.
said, you like auto pass.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Still, I have to roll my fireball and see what dice I come up with.
The unfortunate 3 10s at this time would not be good.
No, it would not.
And I know where I fucked up before, so it's okay. I won't retcon it, but I know now.
It's like how I have asked.
Jesus, mother fucking Christ. No problems, but still, damn.
Oh god, you got 10, 9,
10,
8.
9, and 8.
And then a 6 and a 1.
I like it. Yeah. First blow, this dude. Second blow, this dude. Actually, yeah, I'll keep it like that. I'll keep it
So
like that.
you strike the gentleman in combat with Miss Gabrielle, and he just drops to the floor as there's just fire, well, steam, and the smell of cooking meat emanating from him. The second one goes to the person who's fighting Miss Wilhelma, and it just seems to brush off the armor. It doesn't seem to do anything at all. Boris finally gets to the front of the carriage, looks around, and you just see him collapse onto his broken leg and just start weeping.
You know, collapsing onto your broken leg might hurt a lot. I wouldn't recommend it.
It almost seems as if he doesn't... The broken leg just doesn't seem to even compute in his mind as he sees, well, a small child with a very large arrow pinning them to the wooden driver's seat of the carriage. Miss Wilhelma, would you like to take your attack?
Well, I'll give you 3 guesses.
I can imagine what you should do. You hit him. Does he manage to parry? Admittedly, yeah, for crying out. Well, but then even if he was doing it with a sword, he would have parried. So I probably will remove bucklers from the characters. That's what the game said they should have. Mr. Billy Bob, it's your turn. Billy Bob.
I think I'll just do a half move and reload.
Sure. The last bandit. Well, he is the last one, so he's going to take a willpower test to see if he can... Oh, hang on, sorry. Not bandit. Footman. And he's badly wounded, so he can have a -10. As the bandit looks all around and sees nothing but death, he drops his weapons and falls to the floor, pleading for his life. Technically, he is considered helpless at the moment. You may... Well, for now, we'll keep it in combat turns until basically the bandit is either helped or is killed.
Oh, is this idiot?
Yeah, he's still bleeding out.
Yeah, he can wait. I'm gonna go help the child.
Oh no, the child's very much dead.
I gotta check this. I don't know. I haven't seen the child yet. Spoilers, jeez. I'm joking. I still have to go check on the child.
Sure.
So, my movement, would I be able to... I could get to the bottom of the carriage in one turn.
Azurif, as you turn around on the top of the hill, you would very clearly be able to see the state of the child that was shot at.
And
You can see that the bolt has pierced the child's heart, at least where you, in that precise area. You've seen shots like this done before, and the child is pinned against the wooden driver's seat and is limp forwards with blue lips. But you do still have your full action if you want to move or do anything. You have one person who's bleeding out, and you have one person who is technically surrendered. He's chucked his weapons to aside and is grovelling for his life.
the dude groveling for his life, would I be able to throw my axe at him?
It's too far.
Bloody hell. Can I jump off the cliff face?
I'm gonna be right back.
There's a test for this.
What would the test be if I was trying to jump off the cliff face to cut
I need to
the
ch-
amount of distance I need to travel?
I think there is. I don't know if it's jump, which is 2.5 half move, or is it a full action with making it a 5? I don't remember.
when you, for every 3 yards rounded up of percent that you have to jump, you have to roll an agility test. If you have performer acrobat, you can roll that instead.
So
But if you,
it's only 2 foot. It's quite a slight. It's not a massive road going up, winding up the what did I say this was? The ravine or the chasm, the valley. So yeah, it's only 2 foot to jump down. It wouldn't actually be that far.
Okay, and would those 2 foot count as having 2 foot traveled, or?
also, I'm just
Sorry, what was that?
Back.
You'd be able to jump down there without. It's 2 foot. You wouldn't need to take a test. To get to there, you probably would need to do a test.
Okay, what's the test?
You don't have. Do you have acrobatics?
It's
which is a
agility.
Which is I was going to say it's a performance skill. Or it's, I believe it's a flat agility, or is it if it's your
flat.
if it's your movement because you're basically doing. Yeah, do a flat agility, which you succeeded. So yeah, you can get to there. The bandit. Does he die of bleeding? Let's have a look. Armor. Is it armor? Yes. And as the battle ends, you just see this pool of blood that's been slowly getting larger and larger. Well, it just got a little bit larger. Bloop. So we can technically leave combat now. Leave the turn timer now. So
Okay, if that's the case, I would like to put away my axe with my right hand and grab this bandit by the scruff, essentially by the front of his neck, like his clothes, and just lift him up.
I would need a strength test because this is a fully clothed human being who has armor. Has a leather armor. I was gonna say I'll give you a +10.
Okay, in that case, I just only lift him. I don't lift him from the ground. I just lift him up the stand and pull him very close.
Sure.
I'm gonna approach. I'm gonna look straight at Azurif and say, Azurif, he's more worthy to us alive than dead. Control your anger.
I know. That's why I'm doing this. And I headbutt the dude unconscious.
Sure. He is now your prisoner. So, can everyone, don't move your tokens for a second. I would like.
I moved up. I was way back. Should I go back?
No, you can stay where you are. Can Mr. Billy Bob? Can you give me a perception test with a +10? Can with a +20? Can Miss Gabrielle give me one with a +10? Can Mr. Azurif give me one with a +10? And Miss Wilhelma a +10?
I fortune. And still fail. Great use of fortune.
I'm gonna fortune.
I was way up back here, but I moved up. Should I go back and do the
No,
perception, or should I just stay here?
You're perfectly fine there. It doesn't.
Wash. And should I do a perception test?
No, you don't need to do this. The fighting was very thick. You know, there was a lot of screaming going on, a lot of shouting. Some of you were worried about, Boris and the children, and you didn't really notice anything. But Azurif, you noticed your comrade doing some very obscene gestures. Very curious. It brought your attention to the motions and gestures that she was doing. Can you give me an intelligence test with a -10? You can't figure out what she was doing, but there was something odd about it.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be mostly. The gestures would be weird, but since he's not a mage, he probably wouldn't catch the gestures.
No, that's well, no. I gave him a -10 to figure it out.
No. Yep. What I meant is he would probably notice that the flames weren't bright red; they were more blackish.
I believe, and you all did indeed hear ghostly voices. So you all heard the ghostly voices, but only Azurif noticed the odd gestures.
Yeah, in which case I will still, after I just drop the unconscious dude to the ground, just walk up to the Sierra. What just happened there?
I'll reply back. Well, sometimes when there is this much carnage in a single place, the winds of magic may act out. And that's what happened. Those voices were an unfortunate occurrence, but they are harmless.
There was something odd about your gestures. You did something different, I saw it.
Well, I'm casting magic in the heat of combat. I'm using every arcane art I know. That's it. Why? Have you?
Why
Are
did
you?
you do something different?
I'm sorry, Zarif. Are you asking me why a mage is doing different variations to cast a spell? I don't quite follow your. It's like asking why you're swinging your sword up and not down, right, or and not left.
That is very much a question of where the opponent has his shield. I have seen you cast fireballs before. This time you did it differently. Why?
I'm just going to smile and say, I already answered you.
Boris pipes up. Thank you. Thank you all. We wouldn't have made it if you hadn't come.
What happened?
The war band went off to scout. They said that they should be in the front, and Eric said that his gut was up or something was wrong, and they all just moved forwards. The next thing I know, the driver had shouted that there was fire.
One thing
then
I
we
do
heard
not
shouting.
understand is why indeed they attacked your cart and not theirs.
This cart is the Raven Guard's cart.
Looking at it,
I've been given passage by the Raven Guard Knights.
Is it the one with the cargo in it?
It is indeed.
That would explain it. Those fools left behind the cargo.
they'll
Boris, did you say the entire Wolf Guard leave you?
Yes, they all went. Not one of
I
them
am
stayed
going to-
behind, except from the serfs. And they.
Billy Bob, go check on Bill and Ted. I am going to have a word with
I'll
that
just burp
vaunted
and then walk
commander
off.
of theirs again.
I'm gonna go back to the first cart out, the one we're guarding, and ask the Raven Guard, do they have any homing pigeons for the town?
As you return,
Or a messenger
like,
bird?
as you jog back to where your cart is, you see Ted is currently taking a defensive position, watching around for any other ambush behind you, and Bill is driving your cart. As you shout over for a homing bird, Bill raises his bow up, and you can see his pigeon sat on top.
I'm gonna have to ask to use your bird once I can have Lysiara write a note. We need to inform Raven Guard what's happened.
That's fine. That's why I've got him. Sorry, I can't ride myself. Is it safe to bring the carts up?
For the moment, it should be. Better to keep them all together.
Okay. We'll and he begins talking to the other driver, and begins making their way down the road to bring them together with the other cart. Dear, don't want all of that.
Lysiara, we need a note writing. We're going to send a
Yes,
message back
yes.
to the Raven Guard about this.
I'll
Has the
grab.
fire been quenched already a bit or not?
No, the fire is still very much going.
All
Okay.
right.
Do we have a bucket or something? Because I'm gonna start throwing sand on it.
You would probably know that you don't have enough water. You would have to use up your own drinking
Sand.
water.
Sand. Throw sand.
Yes,
on
you
it,
can.
deprive it of oxygen.
Yes, you can get sand and dirt. That's perfectly fine. If you shout out, Ted will run down with your spade.
While Lysiara writes the note, I'll help out as well. And when I get close, is the fire burning with fuel?
Very much so. It looks as if there is. Oh my God, your cart's a bit small. Oh well. It looks as though there's been a pit dug into the ground, and there's actually coals and other burnable materials, and you see stuff bubbling within.
Boris, which path did the wolf god take? I say while I'm writing the note.
There's only one path.
Yeah,
That
but
this is
a
all
dead end?
no. This is all hilly. This is all up. You're going up the
Gotcha.
mountain. Whereas
Okay.
the grey road, it's not very well shown, but the grey road is the clear flat road that carts could go along.
Gotcha. Okay, this way. So, hmm. I'm not gonna mention this on the message, but I'm pretty sure the wolf god isn't, well, honest.
We'll be mentioning that they abandoned their duty. They should have been guarding this cart, and they went on ahead to scout.
I'm
All
not
of them.
going to. I'm not going to mention this in this message because if A, it's intercepted, they will gain knowledge of it, and B, if they have someone in town in the Raven God, well, they can be warned that they have been, well, that their true actions may have been found. Or maybe they are just idiots and ran off ahead because they're an inexperienced band of idiots.
Boris looks at you all as most of you are close enough to where he can see you. You'd notice that his leg is still not really straight, but he has kind of sat down on the floor and laid his leg as flat as possible. He holds 2 potions out with kind of shaking hands, with a shaky hand. Anyone who's wounded, please take one of these. I don't have many though.
It's better that you use them. I can aid myself, and I'm gonna do a heal test first.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my last fortune on this. I really want to heal. And I don't get any use out of heal, ever.
I'm going to write a small note informing that the cart that was being guarded by the wolf god has been attacked and there have been casualties. But I'm not getting informed much more other than that. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to give the message to Bill, the one who has the homing pigeon, right?
Yeah, Bill has the homing pigeon.
I'm going to give it to Bill, and then I'm going to go check up on Boris. Because Boris just broke a leg and lost another kid.
And now I'm gonna try and heal Boris.
Oh, you don't.
At the very least, I can make it so his leg isn't completely, utterly fucked for the moment. We can't do anything with him. We can at least sit him in the cart.
Yeah, sure. I think you can.
Also, I just realised the only damage I took was because of a misconception. This is great.
Hooray for misconceptions.
Looking, I want to scan the kids and then Boris. Should I do a perception check or can I just have it? I basically want to see if the kids that are still alive are unharmed, and then just look at Boris and see his condition.
Okay, I'll be able to tell you that. The other 2 kids look unharmed. They're very pale and crying, well, sobbing. Boris doesn't look great. He has 1 HP. His leg is at a very odd angle, and the bones don't really sit well. But he has used a potion, and as you get closer to him, he is holding up the 2 potions, and as you look at them, they do look of a good quality. Not quite sure how you'd tell. They look like nicer vials. The glass is far more delicate and looks far more expensive than the potions that you've seen before.
Or else you should probably keep these potions. You don't look well, my friend.
I failed again, but at least At least these two have made it, thanks to you all.
No, Boris. These two aren't alive because of us. They're alive because of your actions. Although this has been an unfortunate and bloody day, you have saved these two kids. That was all on you, not us.
He motions for you to come closer, and in a very hushed tone. You must be careful. I know what powers you were playing with, but you are not me. He kind of gives you a crooked smile. I'm sure you of all people is aware to be cautious.
In any other, if the situation hadn't been this dire, my friend, and if my friends weren't in the risk of death, such as yourself, I wouldn't have used this. I am fully aware of the danger.
He raises out a hand to like shake yours and to thank you.
I'll shake his hand.
As you reach out to shake his hand, you clasp it and you can feel there's something in his hand. Take it. You may need it.
Thank you. What did he just give me?
He just gave you... Damn it, where is it? Where's the description of it? He just gave you... Oh, actually, that's going to be a bit difficult for him to... He doesn't give you anything. He doesn't give you anything, not yet. It's
such a tease.
It's, well, actually, they're fighting the fire. There's that there. They're doing the letter. He takes out a skull from his robe. And he hands it to you.
He just gave me a skull?
Yes. The skull has intricate carvings, gold and silver inlaid onto it. It has a jewel placed within one eye socket. This is yours now. Keep it, and do not let anyone see it. It is from Magus.
My eyes will widen a bit, and I'll stash it in my backpack.
So,
and while it's inside the backpack, before I close the backpack, can I do a magic sense?
Yes. But you can do a magic sense, and then if you can give me an academic knowledge, what academic knowledges do you have? It is magical.
I have both demonology and academic knowledge magic.
Okay, you can give me demonology flat.
Oh, I'm gonna fake it. Oh, this is just the first leg. I'm gonna inspect it later. But for now,
can you... Do I want to do it like this, or... Yeah, we're going to do it like this. Can you roll me a 1d10, please? Okay. So, you have a magical item.
Ooh.
Because you're a caster, it has been altered very slightly. With this item, you get a plus 10 bonus on fear tests.
Oh, nice.
And as you put it away in your bag, you hear something. I don't work if I'm not on you. It sounded like it came from within your head, but at the same time directed. You quickly open the bag again and look inside. Its jaws haven't moved.
Okay. I'm gonna close the bag again and look at Boris and go like, my friend, you may have to tell me about a story about this later on.
But of course, I'll tell you whatever you need to know. In private, perhaps.
It would probably be best, yes.
So, it is at this time, Azurath, you and Ted, have been shoveling. Well, Ted's been using the bill hook from out of the cart to try and scrape soil up as you've been shoveling it and throwing it onto the fires. You have enough done that you can go on and scout, or you can carry on and get all the fire out.
I tell Ted to. I give Ted the spade and say, "I'm going on ahead to see if I can find these bloody idiots that abandoned their cargo. I really hope they're already on their way back here."
Be careful, Zurith. If you do need help, we'll come, but you're alone, so be careful.
I tap my chainmail. Alright.
May Lilith grant you a great hunt, my friend. I'll say that to Zurith and Otharan as he's leaving.
Isha's blessing upon you. And I draw my axe and walk on.
Okay. Did the rest of you, except from Azurath obviously, want to do anything else whilst you're in this area? Like, did you want to talk to Boris, the kids, your prisoner, or are we happy just letting Azurath do what he's doing, and we'll say that you looted the corpses?
That, and I also pay Thingy 3 gold crowns for the use of his pigeon. I'm still overpaying these guys.
No,
Like the opposite to me.
You spend far too much money on them. I know they're good guys and they're helping us, but
I don't have stuff I want to buy. So I'm
at
gonna
least, at least pay them in the beginning and after the actual missions, not in the middle.
So, Azurath, you begin making your way down the path. How would you like to do so?
With my shield on one side, my axe in my other hand. Just looking around, but walking just straight over the middle of the path, walking forward.
Okay. So, if you give me 3 perception tests, please.
This is my toadstone also considered a magic item?
I'll need to have a look at that in a minute. It might
That
be.
was just spectacular.
I'm
not even a man. That's amazing.
You follow the tracks. You can see that there's been movement along the path. You can see where it looks like people may have stored some materials at one point, but you're not quite sure. You keep on moving, thinking that surely you'll hear the noise of combat, the sound of men moving, something. there's nothing. You carry on walking and walking and walking. You don't see anything. You're about 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from the rest of the group. But you do not see the warband of the wolf anywhere in sight.
I still see tracks, right?
You can still see the tracks. They're quite obvious on the path ahead of you.
I'm going to walk for 5 more minutes, and if I still don't see them, then I'm going to turn around.
Sure, give me another perception test. As you walk on for 5 more minutes, you stop and you look along, and it's a straight path ahead of you. You still see the tracks, and now that you bend down and look, and this looks about the number that the warband of the wolf had. Like, you can count how many sets, and you begin looking, and you're not entirely sure if this is all of them, but these tracks continue onwards with no sign that their pace is slowing.
I'm going to turn around while formulating possible scenarios that I can then...
Before you turn around, if you give me a survival check as you look at the... or it might be outdoor survival. So as you look down at the footprints, you begin marking people. This is all of them but one. It seems right. And as you look, no, they're not moving at the same speed. You look behind you, and then to the front and further up, they're moving quicker. They're leaving the scene at pace. You begin looking up the road, and sure enough, up the road, it appears as if they're now jogging.
I make my way back with haste.
Okay. So, in this time, Boris has been loaded up into a wagon. You don't need to roll to... hang on. Where it's in this area, you can have 0 to 70 for your arrows.
Well, I don't get my arrow.
There's only a 30% chance that you'll lose it in this region.
So should I roll that 4 times then?
You shot 4 arrows?
Yeah, roll 1 for each shot.
I was going to say you could have rolled 40 less than 70.
So you got 2 of your arrows back. But unfortunately, 2 of them, you have no idea where they went.
Gabrielle's knows where her is. It's snapped in the road.
So in this time, you've gathered up all the loot from the bodies.
I mean, technically, from your roll, Gabrielle actually has no clue where hers is.
They also can be broken.
Yeah, they fly off or they get broken. So you can begin setting up. Bill's homing pigeon has taken off. The message has been sent. The prisoner is... well, you wouldn't have him there. He's healthy-ish. You'd have him tied to the back of the wagon. Do you want to heal his wounds? Or is Lysiara going to take care of that?
Is he bleeding out?
He's not bleeding out, but he does have cuts because he was the one fighting with Miss Wilhelma, and he has taken damage.
Doesn't Wilhelma use a club?
Oh, good
I
point.
am using a club.
She used a club, so he doesn't actually have any open wounds. He only has
Yeah.
bruises and possibly a broken rib or two.
Yeah.
I'm really sure he doesn't die from internal bleeding, but that's about it.
Um, I'll.
I mean,
Roll
I
me.
can't really
Well,
cauterize him.
I'll give it to you that your people will know that, you know, if his chest goes completely purple and almost black, that he might have internal bleeding. I'll let you have it. It's Warhammer Fantasy. It's quite a brutal world.
I
Should we
mean,
roll perception
even
for that?
knights knew that. I have heal. I'm technically a doctor. I'm not a surgeon, but I'm a doctor.
It is about this time that Azurath, you come round the corner and you can see that Ted has put both the last two fires out as you make your way back. He gives you a wave.
Okay, everyone gather up. I have followed their tracks. I have come up with two theories. One of them marking them as even greater idiots than we already assumed. The other one marking them as straight up thieves and traitors.
We could also.
I'm going to willing that with your information I'd be wagering 10 gold crowns on them being traitors.
I'd wager on them being cowards myself.
As far as I could tell, the further I went, the more indications attracted they were starting to move faster and faster and faster. The point of the tracks clearly showed that where they had once just started walking, they had started straight up jogging or running.
Were they still headed towards the... I forget the name of the town we're going to. But
Nullen.
were they still headed
You're
there?
going to Nullen.
Nullen? Or Nullen, sorry.
Yeah, Nullen.
Noodle?
They still followed the road.
Of course they would. They don't know the trails.
I'd be willing to wager that they're probably moving at a faster pace to be as far away from the, well, scene they just left behind as possible. And
Did
if
they have
do,
another cart with them?
that is indeed true, but aren't the goods in this one?
No, this was a question to Jen. Did they have another cart with them? Did I see car tracks?
Yes. You did see cart tracks leading up the road.
We should check the cargo. It might have been that they have displaced the cargo and taken it for themselves.
7th, 8th,
Although
9th,
what use it
They've-
has is
10th,
baffling to me.
11th, 12th, 13th.
I look at the cargo. I assume I'd have probably also seen it when I was moving Boris into the back of the cart.
Hello?
You see many crates and treasure boxes and little casks, all with their locks on. It doesn't appear as if anything in Boris's cart was damaged or even taken. Everything appears to be in place. And if you ask Boris, he'll tell you that him and the children and the driver all stayed in the cart. The Raven Guard, the Warband of the Wolf didn't have permission to freely enter it.
Is this the cart that they were using that was meant to be transporting the goods?
Yes,
Yes.
if you look around, it's the same cart as the one that is following your cart.
Now here's a suspicion I might have.
Cowards and charlatans.
Not necessarily. They might have tried to dispose of this particular group. This cargo was worthless to them, and have attempted to set up an ambush along the road before the city to intercept either our cargo or the others.
We need to ride. If we do not move now, they may be preparing a second ambush when they realise we're not coming down our original route.
I think the best course of action is to follow this path in already, because it was previously already ambushed.
And it'll take them time to set up an ambush on our road.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I'm rather keen on killing them. But the mission must come first.
The moment this guy wakes up, I point to the unconscious dude. We can have some questions for who we worked for. Until the time, I think it's best that we keep moving. The moment we stand still, we are subject to possible ambush.
Indeed.
Let's get moving. Does anyone know how to drive a cart?
I do.
Good. You'll be taking this one as Boris is currently injured.
Okay.
I'll be in the cart with Boris and Nazareth and the children.
Okay. Which of Bill and Ted was driving our cart? Was that Bill or Ted?
I believe Bill is the one who can drive, and Ted can't.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I just tell to Bill. Even though we're now going to move faster, make sure Skyrunner does not get strained. Okay. That is still my horse.
Yes, so I'll make sure. Bill rubs the top of his head, which is still very much bald. Unfortunately.
When I see him rub it, I'll just have a little bit of a smirk and look him in the eye.
So, as you set off, can you all give me... we'll just do it as a one. Can you all give me a perception test with a plus 20?
Ooh.
Who needs no plus 20, boy?
You spoil us, GM, because that's a plus 30 for me.
Perfect hit.
So as you begin your journey to Nullen, you're all on high alert, looking out for any sign of ambush. Azurath points out the tracks that he was following earlier. As you move along, day becomes night, and there's no sign of the warband of the wolf. You can still see their tracks, but you don't see them. You set up for the first night and you take watch, but it's an eerily quiet night. Only the sounds of Boris whimpering and crying out in pain every now and then, as he is very much in a lot of discomfort. Unfortunately, there's not really much you can do in medieval times for he needs his leg chopped off, basically.
Yeah, it's a splint, and then that's not doing anything other than making it so he doesn't jostle it.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep him company and, helping along, give him some bows every now and then to help comfort him.
Sure.
And also, during the night, if at all possible, I would like to go to a secluded place and check on the talking skull again.
Okay, so as you think about, did it really? It couldn't have spoken to me. Again, you hear, "I only work if I'm on you. You can't leave me in this bag. Hello."
Can I roll the monology again as I pick it up?
Sure.
Demonology, come on.
Haha, it's not a demon. It's actually a god.
Okay, so
Yes.
you think hard on this, and you quickly realise that this has nothing to do with demonology. Boris sees you, and so this is technically, you'll get it with your degrees of success. This is technically a necromantic thing. However, they are made by the priests of Mor. Skulls are taken as lucky charms. and are then imbued with rituals, prayers, until they become magical. So this is not
Gotcha.
something that the common man looking on this will think very badly, because it appears to be a human skull, and you are an elf. They might not see too kindly to it. These types of things are also seen in the temples of Mor. You'll see them aligned in the rafters.
Okay.
And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. They often speak to the people they're trying to protect. Sometimes it will be mischievous, sometimes it will be sound advice, other times it will be utter nonsense. No one's entirely sure as to what makes the charms speak, but they do every now and then. And it is only you who can hear it.
Can I fashion a way to strap the skull basically on my belt underneath my robe?
As you look at it, you do note that at the back and on the top there are golden hoops or rings that it appears as if you can put cordage or chain on to hang it from your person.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it within my robe so it doesn't, so people don't see it right away. But
Sure.
I mean, there's a skull that is now strapped to my person. I'm gonna be shaking my head while I'm doing this. And ever since I left Lorelorn,
I'd need
my
to
life
double
keeps getting
check the
weirder and weirder.
price. You can put a price down of 240 gold crowns.
This is a magic item. I need it.
You know from the magical sense and the feeling that you get that this is definitely an expensive magical item.
Yep.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask Boris at this time?
After checking the head and making sure, I'm going to, if Boris is capable of, and he isn't, too much in pain and starting to get delirious because of pain and the fact that he needs to lose the leg, I'll try asking him how did he procure this skull and what is the story behind it.
He'll tell
It
you.
all
He'll tell you that it was given to Beliarius by the priest of Mor in Siegfriedhoft on the day that, I think it was 30 years ago, or 25 years, I'll need to double check. Siegfriedhoft was attacked, and Beliarius actually aided in the defence quite substantially. Zombies and fire aren't really a good mix, or they are a good mix for the defending side. So he gave it to him as a gesture of goodwill, and Beliarius gave it to him as a sign, from where you came from, and don't forget about me, and that kind of. But he doesn't want the power it gives. He wants to go and study in a library and entertain kids and things. He doesn't need to care about fear tests.
Gotcha. I see. Well, Boris, I do hope you find your way into the school of magic of life. Then I think it'd be a good fit. I'll spend most of the night making small talk and comforting Boris. Then afterwards.
Sure.
Yep.
So the fight was on the 9th. You go through the 10th and the 11th, and there is no change. You go through the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. There's no change. You all watch, but you don't see anything. There's no ambushes, nothing. I'll do that later. However, on the 12th, you all note that the the footprints, they leave the path. They go up a windy road leading up the hills and deep into the forest beyond.
Is it in the direction of where the road we're meant to be following would be?
No, you as far as I'm aware, you've stayed on the road that they were meant to be on. It doesn't go anywhere near the road that you were meant to be travelling on, but you
Okay.
aren't now.
Curiouser and curiouser.
We should keep note of this. They might. Do you think it might be possible that they are actually going towards the bandit camp? The hidden one?
We don't have time to check it out. We need to deliver the goods.
I'm going to make a marking with cauterize, if at all possible, on one of the trees. I'll make a elven rune, basically. After I do it, I'll apologize to the tree. I'll make a small prayer to Isha. Then I'm gonna mark it on the map, and then I'm gonna go back to the car.
Sure, you can do that.
Do you want me to roll for cauterize or not?
No, I'll let you have it because you can't really get Zinch's curse on it because it's what you need, like a 4.
It is a 4, yes.
Yeah, so you could technically keep rolling and rolling just one dice until you get it, so it's fine.
I was just gonna say we could literally just like heat up a bit of metal and do it manually.
I mean, I'm doing my way because
It's instant.
I'm doing. Yeah.
There for like 5 minutes. I'm telling you, it's instant. It's finally.
Technically, I need to channel, and even without using charcoal. Actually, if I use charcoal, I don't even need to. I need a 1 if I use charcoal.
Sure, you can put a mark on the tree.
Yeah,
You arrive at Nullen on the 14th. And that is where we'll leave this episode off.
So how many days was that? Because I need to roll heal tests to see how much I heal.
That's 4 days. Hang on, no, it's from the 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
That's
5.
5 nights and 6 days.
I'm healed on the first day. Like the first day's travel, because that's how good heal goes. Because I can heal myself once per day after the first injury. And I can do it to everybody else, so it's like, I make Boris's life a little bit easier. Don't heal his leg, just make his life a little bit easier.
if you were going to try to heal him, and if you did succeed, I would give you a healing potus.
I'd have needed a 1 to heal him, and I've healed him for 1.
No, because with a healing potus, you roll a 1d10 on a successful heal, and you heal that amount instead of just 1.
I got a lot of them anyway. But it's still highly unlikely that I could actually get him, because I'd need a 1 to even do anything for him.
You see.
So I'm going, flavor, I'd make his life better.
So right, we're going to end the episode off there, so the guys can go through their loot and see what items they have to add to their inventories and their sticky pockets. So thank you very much for watching this episode, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. So bye bye for now.
Take care.